It took them 11, let's put it this way, there was 11 sets of plans that went through, and the contractor kind of threw up his hands, said, I'll build it by drawing it on a piece of paper, and he did. He built that whole house like that. But anyway, they had their guys put the foundation in, and they put the foundation in crooked, so he had to compensate for that. So I sent him a whole bundle of plywood and stuff, and to get all that squared away. But anyway, it was a group out of Washington, D.C., and the way that they got jobs is they were minorities, you know what I mean, and they would get jobs because of that. Not because they were good, but because they were minorities, and half of them couldn't speak English. Most of them were from Africa, and they did stuff for George Bush, things like that, the White House, but they still couldn't build a house, put a foundation in square. Back to you.
I know where you're coming from, and I'm not going to elaborate anymore because I might get in trouble, but I know exactly where you're at, Bobby, and I deal with it every day, and it's just, like you told people, I am the way I am because of what I do and what I have to deal with, but anyway, Bobby, Terry's already given me 4 sets of ropes upside the back of the head, so I'll let you take it back. I got to take care of a couple things, and looks like you got things under control, so I'm going to let you have a minute. I may be around for a few more, but not much longer.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that guy finally fired me. He said, I don't need you no more. And I said, okay, if that's the way it's going to be. So I went on my merry way, and he called me the next day and wanted me to come up there and do some stuff for him. But anyway, I tell you what, that was a tough thing to do. And after the $5.5 million, they had to build a keeper's quarters, and that run about $275,000 to build that. And you drive right through the middle of it, and would have rooms on the right and left, upstairs and downstairs. And he had all the keeper's quarters there. He had a hello pad, a helicopter pad, and tennis courts with the big lights and all that. And he had and get this, he put cedar shakes on the top of that house. I said, you don't want to do that. Why don't you put simulated slate? I had him a good price on simulated slate, but he didn't want to go there. He wanted to go with cedar shakes. I said, I guess you know, this is going to turn brown on you or black on you if you don't treat it. Oh, I'll have it treated. I said, okay. Well, you got to use copper gutters to do that. You got to use all copper stuff, which run the price out of sight. So anyway, I said, okay, we'll do cedar shakes. And we did that, but you go by that house today, top of that house is black as tar. And I was using White River moldings in it from Arkansas, and that stuff was about $17 a foot for crown molding or something like that, or $20 a foot. All that very expensive stuff. I said, y'all going to stain that, right? No, we're going to paint it. I said, what? You're going to paint it? And they painted that stuff. I was saying, oh my gosh. Well, this house had an elevator in it. So I got the elevator in, and I got the staircase come from Iowa, brought in on a flatbed truck, and it had a set of blueprints with it where they actually had to put it together. Solid oak. It went up 4 floors in that house. That house had like 22 bedrooms and something like that, bathrooms. All these electronic deals to turn your water on, the shower. I could just go on and on with it. Anyway, I went up there one Christmas to help them with something, I forget. I walked up to those 18-foot solid oak doors. They had a 16-penny nail nailed in one of them, and on the other one had a 16-penny nail. Rust had already come down the door, and they had resetting them on. I said, oh, my gosh, I can't believe they did that. Anyway, so I went back there where the swimming pool was. They had a swimming pool, all glass. They had a helicopter, there was a helicopter brought in a dome to sit on. It was a glass dome on that swimming pool. And all them guys are sitting in there laughing and cutting up, eating chicken. Also, he had his initials in the bottom of the swimming pool. There you go. All right, looks ID. Let's get that out of the way. This is KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
BCM number 75 with Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
K4LX,
10-3 ZKI.
NC4HF with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Okay, was there anyone new that time? Okay, N4ZQR. Was there anybody else? First time to about night.
Kilo Whiskey 4, Bravo Echo Tango. First time this evening.
Okay, I heard the Bravo Echo Tango. Kilo Charlie 4, Papa Echo Papa. Was that your call? Okay, the other news station, first time tonight. Throw your call out there again. Okay, JR. Also, I heard a KC4 station. I didn't get all his calls. Okay, was it KQ4PRP? Okay, KQ4PRP. And the BET, I can't remember your call. I know you've been in here before.
Kilo Whiskey 4, Bravo Echo Tango. Brian in Chester, South Carolina.
Okay, Brian, got you. All right, let's go to JR, K4ZQR. JR, how are you, sir?
Tonight we were just listening to the weather guys communicate with him, setting up the Sky One. You might know about Sky One type activity. So, trying to be get us prepared for covering any event.
Oh, okay. Well, is that a club or something?
It's a net of special operators. We have a branch in Central North Carolina known as the Central Carolina Sky One, and Sky One is supposed to have branches all over the country, and it can be set up anywhere in the city, anywhere additional communication might be needed for weather events. Over.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. Yeah, I was just down your way. I was in Raleigh a while ago. I had to come on up here pretty quick to get on the air, but anyway, a lot of traffic on Interstate 40.
Well, I'm glad you don't have the 40 on the west side of the airfield, because, you got to finish repairing
Yeah, I know. They haven't finished working on that yet.
All right, well, I'll just be listening around, so I'll turn it back over to you, Bobby. Well, you're in port, Jake, you're on.
Okay, buddy, good to have you in here. And stick around if you can. You know how it works. KQ4PRP down in, I believe you're down in, over in Kentucky, is that right? I barely got a copy on your signal, went way down. You're about 3S units. You are in Kentucky, right? Okay, in Chester, I believe, right? Is that correct? That's your name, I'm sorry. Monticello. Okay, you're in Monticello, right? Okay. How far is that from Paris, Kentucky? Do you know? Okay. The reason I was asking that, the guy that was supposed to do tonight had to rush him into emergency surgery tonight. Anyway, he lives in Paris over there. Okay, I barely got you now. I don't know what the band, if it's the band or what it is, but if you can stick around, maybe it'll pick back up here after a while, okay? Okay, I lost him completely. I had him pretty good there at first, but anyway, let's go down to Brian in Chester, South Carolina. Brian, good evening and welcome to the Friendly Bunch. I think you guys might be getting in on some of this weather coming in Friday. I'm not sure, but it looks like it.
Hey, evening, Bobby. Hey, everyone. Yeah, we got a little bit coming in. They're not calling for very, very much. They're talking about more or less a trace of ice and about an inch of snow. That was the last report I got. Of course, it'll change, and then in the afternoon Saturday, it'll probably be 80 degrees. And you just never know. Yeah, just want to get my call on the books to say hello. 2025 is off to a good start, so I hope the momentum keeps up in the right direction for us all. So I'll be listening.
Yeah. Wow, you got a great signal up here. What are you running down there, by the way?
100 watts, and my antenna, 75 through 10 in-fed, off of a 100 watts on a Yaesu 1200. And I do have a desk mic.
Oh, okay. It sounds good and good signal up here. It really is. It must be pointed right at me.
It starts off about, I'd say 15 feet and ends up about 60 feet in the air, and it's south to north. In other words, the bounds at the south end and the highest end is pointed north.
Okay, well that's kind of the reason it's getting up here so good, because it's the lobe, the big lobe on that antenna is right up here, I believe.
There you go. I had to cut my preamps off on you because you was pegging my needle. You couldn't go no further.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't mean to, but anyway, I guess that old loop out there is really well, it's omnidirectional, so but I got ice and snow up under it. it really likes moisture.
I'm not kidding, Bobby. You were above 60 over. I couldn't get no more. It couldn't go no further. Like I said, I had to cut the preamps on.
If you looked at this antenna, you would say, and I get this all the time, is that all it is to it? I get it all the time. My antenna's about, 28 feet at the feed point, and down at the northwestern quadrant of it, it's down there about right at 38 feet. You come across, it gets level then almost, and that's about 30 feet, and you come back up and it's back to 28 feet to the far end over there toward the southeast. So anyway, that's kind of the way it goes. I'm on the side of a hill. It's not a real fast drop off, but enough to where I have to compensate for this antenna to be level, so it would be totally omnidirectional. So it works out that way. Anyway, we're at the top of the hour, so let's get the ID out of the way. If you've been listening, this is the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. I'm talking to Brian in South Carolina and other guys. So if you hear anybody you'd like to speak to, got a question for the Friendly Bunch, or would like to bring up something that we all can talk about, all you got to do is throw your call out there. KB4ABJ with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
And 3 ZKI.
KW4BET.
Okay, Dean, you have a wonderful evening. By the way, before you go, Dean, when's the next hockey game? All right, you playing a good team or what?
To be honest with you, I'm not even sure who it is.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right. Well, good luck with the team. I hope they win. But this is only Tuesday, so we'll hear from you tomorrow, I'm sure, I hope. And you have a good night up there. God bless.
Indoor DEK. Bobby, I'll be signing out. Hope you have a good evening.
All right, Dean, got you out of here. And N4ZEK is leaving us. Scott, before you go, did you get to where you needed to go? How was the roads?
You know, I got up here this morning. I drove up to Henderson, North Carolina last night, and then drove in this morning. They weren't too bad. They weren't bad at all, really. Some of them were wet, but enough activity kept it wet, not frozen. Over.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, this out here was frozen this morning until it got about lunchtime, and then it started getting to 38 degrees. I think that was our high today.
Yeah, I think that's about what we got to, between 36 and 38. And but it's still some stuff on the staff and stuff on the hotel here. But it'll be gone, I'm sure, in a day or two. And then it'll come back Friday. So anyway, you take care. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, the temperature got to 41. I'm sorry. Last night, lows was 24 from midnight until daylight, and it's 24 right now. I think we're going to go to 18, I think. All right, Scott, be careful. Good luck to you, buddy. Take care of yourself. Okay, anybody want to bring up a conversation we can talk about?
Comment?
Go ahead, comment.
Yeah, Bobby, Corey here. Hey, I had a question for the group here. Starting this year, I've been putting significant effort into learning CW. And just in this past week, I've gotten to the point where I can copy all 26 letters and all the numbers and I'm looking to get a key. I'm familiar with the options, a lot of the options out there, but I'm kind of stuck on whether I should start with a straight key or a paddle. Just I've heard a couple different opinions and figured I'd throw it out there for the group and see if there's some CW guys that would steer me what they think. Back to you.
Okay, Corey, I did a straight key. I never did do paddles. I don't know. I just got it so I could get my license back in 1980. But yeah, I did it for a year as an I did CW almost every night for a year, and I went for my license. But anyway, anybody got an opinion on that? Straight key or paddles? He's just starting out. Go ahead, comment.
Yeah, copy. I appreciate the opinion there. Yeah, there's a bunch of pretty good apps for your phone, and I've been taking advantage even at work when I have downtime. Instead of looking at the usual brain rot on the internet or the news, I get the same thing. But it has a feature where I've been practicing a little sending. I've been focusing mostly on receiving, but yeah, you're right about the timing. It's definitely a challenge getting those dits and does spaced out right. But no, I appreciate the information there. I kind of, there's a little nostalgia behind it, getting a straight key, but at the same time, I do read a lot of people. I know, like the CW Ops Academy or whatever, they require you to start with a paddle just because it helps you get all that spacing right away. But yeah, just curious what some guys with real life experience, what their opinion was. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. The one thing I will caution you on, if you start on with one and then you go to another, it's really going to get your, I guess they call it muscle memory, really going on. So whichever one you decide to do, I would just stick with it, regardless of which one.
Yeah, copy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, anybody else got an opinion on that? Yeah, Corey, when I done the straight key, I didn't have any problems with the spacing or nothing. It's what you get used to. I just didn't have a problem. Matter of fact, I had a guy send me a computer readout of how I was sending, and I really liked it. I mean, I said, good grief, that's pretty straightforward there. I could read every bit of it, but it does take practice, and you'll get better at it as you go along. And yeah, the receive part, if you can get that down, you pretty much well can send it. I spent, maybe a year just copying CW and deciphering. I put the dits and dots down at first, And then as I went along, I started putting the letters down, and that's how I learned CW. And got 13 words a minute. I was trying to think, too, W1AW has a practice every night, I believe, or they used to, that you can copy their bulletin and stuff like that. Matter of fact, this Kenwood 590SG will actually read CW. I can turn it on, and it does pretty good. So, anyway, there you go. We're rolled up on an ID. We'll get that done. If anybody else has got any thing about CW, what do you like, a paddle or CW key? That would be great if you could tell your thoughts on that. But anyway, let's get the ID done. This is the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. My name's Bobby. We're located not too far out of Martinsville, Virginia. We do this every night from 7 o'clock until 11 o'clock. This KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
KW4BET.
All right, was there anybody new for the first time? Okay, Bobby, I got a great copy on you, about 7S units tonight in your mobile there. Was there anybody else new for the first time? Nothing heard, Bobby. It's your turn. Whereabouts are you? Are you just starting out or almost at work? Oh, okay. Okay, I thought it was longer you took to get to work, but anyway, great copy. You didn't get none of our snow or freezing rain or nothing. We still got it on the ground out there. It's 24 degrees, and we're expecting something in here. I think they said 3 to 5 inches of snow. That's the prediction for our area. Come in Friday night. Okay, well, good deal. Well, we'll see what this storm does for Friday. It's going to be more of a southern track, so I think northern Georgia is in play, and parts of South Carolina, of course, North Carolina and Virginia, and on up the coast there. But anyway, anybody else want to give Bobby a shout? I didn't finish putting your call in there. That's Bobby Mobile. He gets in here about every night up in New York. Okay, I thought I heard somebody. Was it somebody there? Okay, nothing heard. Anyway, well, Bobby, you be careful out there, and you have a good night. Are you still doing the same thing that you did with, I believe he's doing something with horses, something like that, right?
Oh, yeah. I've got
Okay, I got you. Are these show horses, by the way?
They originally started line hack horses. And now two of them are just enjoying life
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. Keeps you on your toes, I guess. That kind of thing. But anyway, that's interesting. How did you get into that, or did you just grow up on the farm with horses? This motel had 120 horses and some cattle. What did they let the visitors ride the horses? Was that the deal? Sounds like we got a place up here called Primland, and it's up on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Not many people know about it, I don't think. It's very ritzy. They go on pheasant hunts. They got an 18-hole golf course up there. They go trout fishing. All kind of guides to do that. You can rent cabins, I believe, or in the motel. They've got a telescope in the top of the motel that you can go look through. It's a ritzy place, very expensive, but it's called Primland, and it's owned by a bunch of French people that bought the land, and they built that up there, okay? Okay, Bobby, I almost lost you that time. You must have dropped off in a place that didn't like signal. So, okay, we'll ride along with us, and we'll see what we can get into for the rest of the night. It's 17 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock. If anybody wants to bring up another subject that we can talk about. Go ahead, Tracy.
Here's another idea. I did this a while back. There's some software on the internet where you can take a straight key that has a sound generator on it, and you can go ahead and put your microphone on your PC by it, and as you tap on the key, it'll show up on the computer screen. That's a bit expensive way, but and the general used to make a thing where you can read it a little microphone. They're quite expensive, but they do have some software online where you can use the key generator with a straight key, that's what you want to use, and play it to the microphone on the PC, and if you're sending decent, your letters come up on the screen. That's one thing I just thought about. Another guy I was watching on YouTube about practicing, and he said, well, the best thing to do is to go live if you can receive and see what the other people can, translate what they're saying. And eventually, you're going to get good. Because I tried that, and, I kept getting a bunch of the guy I was sending to, he kept on sending me questions on this, and when I was trying to understand. But, anyway, I'm still learning, but that's my 2 cents on, trying to figure that out.
Well, I tell you what, I forgot all about this. You can go to Kiwi SDR and go. There's a format on there, and it's got CW. Click on CW and go to the CW portion of the band, and it will read the CW for you. I forgot all about that, but it will do that. That's Kiwi SDR, and make sure you go to a station that's got a good antenna. None of this magnetic loops or anything like that. Go to a wire antenna like a center-fed doublet, which I'm on that right now in Vermont. It's a 270-foot center-fed doublet at 65 feet. It's got a great receiver on it. Anyway, let's get the ID out of the way. I forgot all about that. Man, that is... I was doing it the other night, watching CW. Let's get the ID done. KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
K4 Alexa with Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
KW4BET.
For the second time tonight, I signed off for a little bit.
Kilo 4 India Sierra Golf, first time tonight.
Okay, I had K4ISG, and there was another station, first time tonight. I didn't get you. Who was that? Okay, Kilo 4, Mike, Charlie Delta. Your signal's better tonight. Okay, there was another station. Who was the other station? Is that you, Brian? Kilo Bravo 8, Lima Oscar Mike, is that right? Oh, okay. Oh, I got you. Kilo Bravo 8, Juliet Oscar Echo, is that right? All right. Who else knew first time tonight? All right, Gary, it's up to you, buddy. K4ISG, I got you first time. How are you? You're running a little late like I was. I was actually in Raleigh when I got the call that I needed to get on the air. So I was about 25, 30 minutes late, but I got here. How are you?
Hey, Bobby, I'm doing good, buddy. You're booming in here tonight. I mean, loud and clear. 59 plus up there, you know. But, yeah, I had family over this evening, and she was here so I could get out and handle some business. Just got a late start. Good day, beautiful day. Just getting ready to call it a night here in a little bit, I guess. And we're at 32 degrees here, so it's a little chipper.
Yeah, you guys might get in a little weather in there. I'm not sure yet. They're not sure really. But I think the cutoff line's right across the northern part of Georgia, just above Atlanta is the cutoff. Bob said they're going to get Atlanta's calling for ice and snow.
Yeah, they're not really singing any songs down here except for might. You know, might be a mixture, you know, that kind of stuff, but they wasn't really looking for it to do anything really. Over.
Okay, well, it might. You never know. These storms track kind of crazy, and it depends on the timing. If it's coming in at night, yeah, but during the day, maybe not. Like this other storm it got here, what saved us, it come in right in the middle of the daytime, was 34 degrees, I think, and it was snowing. I mean, the flakes were huge, and then it got about 3 inches, and then it rained and sleeted on it and freezing rain, and it knocked it down until you could see the grass again. So and it's still out there. It's not. It didn't go away. We got up to about 41 degrees today, but it's still just as cold as could be.
Yeah, roger that. I mean, you know, we learned a lesson from Helene. We didn't think it was coming, so you never know what might happen. Over.
Yeah, that was an odd hurricane. It fooled a lot of people, didn't it?
Sure did. Sure did. Went to bed thinking one thing, woke up and went, whoa, what happened here? But yeah, it's okay. I mean, either way, if we get something good, if we don't, you know how it goes.
Did your don't you have weather radios? I do. Did your weather radio go off if you had one?
No, I had it on my phone and stuff like that, but I think if you talked to Marion, I don't think we got any kind of big deal warning.
Oh, okay. All right, I've got 3 weather radios. I've collected them through the years. They still work good. I got 2 Midlands that they are really nice. That will send out a signal, wake you up in the middle of the night. I've had that happen.
Well, yeah, I'm sure if we'd I'm sure the weather service is definitely booming out down here. At least I would think so. But I talked with Marion, and I thought he was talking about Skywarn, nothing on his end.
Wow, didn't get anything. As advanced as weather detection is, that's odd that you didn't get any warning or anything.
Yeah. Well, anyway, because I was up late, like this, looking at it, and the last line was heading toward Atlanta, so well. So off we went. But, hey, you never know. Never know what you're going to get. All right, Bobby, we'll be standing by, buddy, and listening in. Hey, did you say you were listening off of Kiwi SDR?
Yeah, Kiwi SDR. I'm listening to Vermont, and it's got that CW portion on there.
Okay, I might try them out. I usually listen to the other SDR while I listen also the Pennsylvania, that area. I can usually hear pretty good there. So I'm going to try that Kiwi too and see how it sounds.
Okay, Kiwi's a little bit more of a delay, but the reason I picked Kiwi is they've got more stations on Kiwi than they do websdr.org like you're listening to. All right, buddy. Well, hang in here with us. Let's go over to Micah. Micah, K4 MCD. Have you done something different? Your signal's much better tonight. Okay, I did not know that about Richmond. When did the power go off and when did it come back on? Getting that tonight. You know what? I think it has a lot to do. Well, I know this loop pretty good. It has a lot to do with what's up under the loop, and I've got a yard full of ice and snow, so it likes that water. Oh, yeah, you're like 5 dB over S9, real good. So, but anyway, hey, we brought up on an ID. Let's get that done. We're at the bottom of the hour already. If you've been listening, this is the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. And we do this every night from 7 o'clock until 11 o'clock. We have 2 different moderators, one from 7 to 9 and then one from 9 until 11. So anyway, and I'm taking the place of Joe. Please keep him in your prayers. He had to have some sort of emergency surgery is the way I'm taking it. Might be wrong about that. I know he's having surgery. So anyway, yeah, we'll find out hopefully tomorrow about Joe and see how he's doing. He's one of our controllers, of course. With that being said, this is KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
KC3 BRB.
K4ISG.
KW4BET.
All right, was there anyone first time tonight? All right, nothing heard. Okay, Micah, I'll break with you and go over here to KB8JOE. Joe, good evening to you. How's everything up your way? Oh, wow, 11 inches of snow. Where about, are you up near the lakes up there? Yeah, I know where you're talking about. Okay. That was from this last storm because one of our guys from West Virginia said they had a state of emergency because of all the ice they were going to get that night. Yeah, you're not too far. I'm looking at you on the map now. You can do that on QRZ, by the way. I guess all you guys know that. But yeah, you're not too far from the Ohio River. So yeah, and actually you're not too awful far from. Let me go out a little bit here. I don't think you're too far from. I know you're not too far off. No, well, not awful far from West Virginia or over there in Pennsylvania, you know. Yeah, that's right. If we can get you guys to do away with those tolls up there, I'd be a happy camper. I think I had to go through 3 of them. I was going up to the Hamvention up there. Okay, real good. Yeah, you're closer to West Virginia than I thought you was, for sure. You're not too far at all. But anyway. Okay, real good. Well, yeah, that storm just kind of trained right over your area. It took its time getting across over to us, but it was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon when that storm come through, and them big flakes. I guess all of it was sticking together up high and making those big flakes. You could hardly see 100 yards, and it did that for quite a while. We got about 3 inches, and then that's when it started sleeting and all that other fun stuff, and then it quit. And after midnight that night, it started up again. I don't know how long it went, and that was solid freezing rain, so it was a mess that next morning. Yep, I know what you're talking about. Hey Joe, anybody on here you wanna give a shout out to? Okay, well, I don't know what's going on. I kind of almost lost you. You went down in my noise. That's what happened to Micah a while ago, too, and to Bobby up there in New York. You're up there 1 minute and down the next, so I don't know if it's just affecting, close-in stations or what the deal is with that. But anyway, that's what I'm seeing here. The bands have been in great shape. I was real surprised, and I'm real surprised that we're not getting a lot of West Coast stuff in here. I can hear them at 3918.5 every night, just about every night. I think some nights they're not there, but we should be hearing them loud and clear, and I'm not. I mean, I'm hearing them, but they're not like they used to be. We used to be able to work the West Coast every night on here. Now that time you come back up to 10 or 9S units, and then, but a while ago you went down to like 5. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, yeah, I tell you, I am real pleased with these loops, and other people are too. It takes a little room to put them up, and it takes some work too if you're going to put them up right and counterweight them so they won't come down. But it's like I was saying the other nights or so, mine only come down twice. The first time, a squirrel ate the rope in half. I tied that rope together, I pulled it back up, then the rascal eat it in half again the next day. So I had to go to the store and get me some of the stinky stuff to spray all over it. And I soaked it. I mean, I soaked it in that stuff, and they never did bother it anymore. Anyway, we're up on an ID. Let's get this done. We'll be here until 11 o'clock as normal. So if anybody hears someone they'd like to speak to, got a question for the Friendly Bunch, or I'd like to bring up something that we all can talk about, all you got to do is throw your call out there. This is KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
KC3BRB.
KW4BET.
Kilo 4, India Sierra Golf.
All right, was there somebody first time tonight? somebody, but maybe not. Gary, you're coming in here almost 20 over tonight, so seems like the band's better to the south.
Are you talking to me, Bobby?
Yeah, talking to you.
Yeah, man, it's Jim Dandy. I mean, Hank, ever since I flipped that, moved that inverted over to where the loop was at, the feed point, and opened it up, man, it's made a big difference down here as far as sending and receiving over.
Well, that's good. That's good. When are you going to think you're going to get the loop back up? I know it's cold down there. Well, during the day, not too bad, but anyway, I got an antenna. I bought a brand new diamond 2-meter antenna I got to put together, and I don't talk on 2 meters too awful much, but I like to have it, you know.
Well, again, if everything goes the way it should go, I got everything I need to at least get it up, and all I got to do is put it together and make sure I measure it correctly, and because I put the last one up by myself, it's just I had Marion come later with his analyzer and check it, and we tweaked it a little bit, but I plan on, if I can do it and get to it without too much issues, I'm hoping to hoist that thing sometime tomorrow over.
Okay, that'd be good. That'd be good. Yeah, you're 10 over S9. And one time you was 15 over, but yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Gosh, you'd be well, just kind of guessing, you'd be probably 10 dB more, 5 to 10 dB more. So you'd be 20 to 25 over with that loop, I suppose.
Well, you know, I like that, but the best part I like is the noise going down, and I can hear other people much better than I had to hear that.
Yeah, you can. I tell you, my noise right now is 2 and 3S units. I could hear a pin drop.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet here so far, but I can tell the difference when I put the loop up. The noise level is just great. But like I say, barring something crazy going on, I'm going to start working on it tomorrow for sure.
Okay. Did it, that storm tear the wire in half? Was that it? Have you got the wire already measured out and ready to go?
No, I've got to lay the wire out and measure it and basically go from there.
Yeah, don't do what Angel did. And it's critical. I mean, this is a sensitive antenna. He had 236 feet and 10 inches. He didn't measure it when he took it out of the bag, so he couldn't find resonant frequency. And he had a friend come over, and I told him, I said, Angel, I hate to tell you this, you really need to take that down and measure that wire and make sure you got 236 feet. Because you don't never know. She might have cut it. Somebody over there might have cut it wrong or whatever. So he said, I got 236 feet and 10 inches. I said, get rid of the 10 inches, you'll have it. And sure enough, he put it back up and he found it pretty quickly. He found the resonant frequency. So if you're over some, it won't work. But if you're under just a smidgen, be okay.
Well, I mean, you know, the instructions talk about, the friendly bunch loop instructions tells you you have 237, but it allows you to cut off, what you need to cut it off to do your soldering, etc. But to get it to 236, that's the bottom line.
Yeah, that is the bottom line. So anyway, it's just like that boy back in the 80s that had one up and couldn't find resonant frequency. I tell you, it took us 2 nights to figure out what he was doing wrong or what was wrong. And come to find out, he had number 10 wire, and when he switched over to the 12, he could find it.
That's amazing. Yeah, I remember all that, man. I remember how he was having problems and stuff, and you talking to him about, and the other guy helping him out. But anyhow, hey, we'll find out. That's for sure.
Well, he's got an 8-sided one. He done like a pentagon type deal. He went ahead and bought that many supports. You could do that. The ideal way to do it is make it in a circle, but I mean, I've seen one that was put up in a circle, and I kid you not, Gary, the guy's trees were perfectly aligned where he could actually do that. It was perfect in his backyard. And I remember he took these real little itsy-bitsy insulators and pulled it out in a complete circle. And that's the ideal way to do it, but that's not feasible. I mean, I guess I could do it, but I mean, you know, I got neighbors to deal with too. I don't try to do it, you know, go all out like that. But anyway, it gives you some more dB gain too, according to what they say.
Oh yeah, I would love to be in that predicament where I could just no big deal and out in the woods, plenty of trees, and make a big circle. I think mine, as always, is going to be, because of my dimensions in the yard, is going to be more of a rectangle gig, you know, longer on two sides and shorter on the other two. But it worked last time with little or no issues.
Yeah, as long as it don't have, I say 59 per side, that's the ideal. But if you don't exactly have that, I mean, if you're 10 feet off or so, it's not going to make a whole lot of difference. As long as you got in the big circumference, you can. That's the big deal. So, and keeping that thing level is the issue too. But I've often thought about putting it in PVC pipe, like half-inch stuff, and making a circle. Now, you could do that, but anyway, that's not too feasible, but you could do it. All right, well, anybody you want to give a shout-out to, Gary? Anybody you heard in here?
No, of course, I always like to say hello to everybody, to the whole gang, and we'll be standing by and listening in. I don't know if Richard checked in tonight or not over in Aiken.
No, he has not.
That's fine. I know. I'll just be listening, Marjorie. I'll look back to the list and see if there's somebody there I want to give a shout out to. But we'll be listening in, and but thanks for asking, Bobby.
All right, buddy. Anybody else want to give a shout out to anybody they've heard in here? We got a couple of minutes before the ID. Okay, nothing heard. Well, we'll have to see. They got to put a gut, and I know you probably never heard of this. I know, Gary, I'll let you know, but with this new deck I got, they got to put a gutter on it, and that's it. And the reason for that, they sealed it up because of the pressure treaty. My contractor's telling me, he said, we built some steps at a church, and 5 years ago, and they're already starting to rot with pressure-treated lumber. He said pressure-treated is just, it can't handle it. It's just nothing in it anymore to keep it preservative. So they sealed it with AZAC, which is a plastic, like a plastic 4x8 sheet, and they sealed it up. He said we leaned it up at the top so it would drain the water out when it went through the deck. So we got to put a gutter on it. So he's going to put a gutter on it, and they'll be finished. I got 2 wall lights I need to put up whenever I get a chance. Other than that, it'll be done for sure. Then I clean up around there back because they made a mess. They'll clean up, I know, but still, they still made a pretty good mess. All right, let's get the ID out of the way. Last one up tonight. We're here until 11 o'clock. We do this every night from 7 o'clock until 11. Eastern Standard Time. So if you hear anybody you'd like to speak to, got a question for the group, I'd like to bring up something that we all can talk about. All you got to do is throw your call out there. It's KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
KC3 BRB with a contact.
Kilo 4, India Sugar Golf.
384 NPS.
All right, I heard W8ADJ. We were just talking about you, Angel, and BRB had a comment. BRB, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you about 10 years ago they took something out of pressure-treated lumber. It was better for the environment. You can actually use the treated lumber for your garden now. It won't contaminate your garden, but now it ain't worth the damn. It don't last as long. Over.
I know, it does not. They took arsenic out of it. That was 10 years ago when I was in the building business. They took arsenic and something else out of it. But get this, you can't, they put copper in it. You can't put an aluminum chair on it or it will eat it to pieces. I couldn't believe it. This lady that we did, I sent the material up there on the deck. She had this aluminum table, and it looked like somebody poured acid on it. I mean, it ate the bottom of it ate the legs off of it. So anyway, yeah, but they did take arsenic out of it, which was a preservative for that, and something else, but they put copper in.
And I remember, flashing the deck against the house with just aluminum, and then I just built myself a deck on my own house here. And I had to flash it with copper because they said the wood will eat the aluminum flashing.
That's right. Well, they got like a rubberized flashing now. Yeah, you can't use that aluminum flashing against it. It'll eat it up. It'll be gone for sure. So anyway, that goes. Everybody make a note of that. Do not put aluminum on pressure-treated lumber to eat it up. Okay, well, thank you for that. I mean, people don't believe what you say sometimes, but I'm glad you brought that up, Charles. All right.
Yeah, I had to learn all over again. As a matter of fact, now to think about it, I put copper flashing up, and then I ended up putting up this rubber stuff that almost looked like rollers.
That's what they use now. And do you know on the steps they have to put that flashing on the stair strainers before they put the actual step on top of it? That's in code now. And also, get this, if your handrail is so many inches across, they have to put an additional round handrail up underneath that. That's code too.
No, I didn't know that, but I have been watching some TikTok videos, and I see that they're putting flashing on the floor joists before they put the deck boards down, so that the seams are flashed, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous. Now I know why.
Yep, that's right. You take a regular homeowner, they wouldn't know that if they tried to do it on their own. They'd put that aluminum flashing in there, and it'd be gone. You'd end up, especially if it was up against your house, it'd be leaking in your house, if it wasn't flashed.
Contact. Yeah, same thing with my truck, actually. I got one of them new 2020 Fords, and it's aluminum. And when I went HF Mobile, I called the dealer, and he told me to make sure that anything I attach to the frame, antenna mounts or bonding, I use either aluminum mounts or aluminum washers.
Wow. There you go. All right, we had another contact. I'll pick you up in a second, Angel. Who was the other contact?
November Yankee 4, November Charlie, first time, and just coming in to say hello. We just got done with RV radio and that video and that, so I just want to stop and say hello before the night ended. Back to you, Bobby, NY4MC.
Okay, Stephen, let me pick up Angel, and we'll get it to you after that before we get out of here. Angel, good evening, and we were just talking about you.
Oh, my ears were work, and I just came home, and I have to talk to you guys before the night is out. I have no shot.
got been real busy with things, but I hear you guys probably know what's happening Saturday. And most of you probably know the wood there. Sheet of wood is not what it used to be. I totally agree with that. I got it since I'm about 35 years old. It's holding good. One not long ago, maybe about 10, 15 years ago, but it no wood again. Also, it is true. They are taking down the one that made slowing down the process of the composition for the wood. They took that out because they said it was bad for the mouth. I don't believe that anyway.
Yeah, I know. I had a deck that was put up there 35 years ago, and it was about gone. I mean, I could stand on it, and I had my antennas on it, but yeah, it was time for us to put a deck in there, and I wanted nothing to do with pressure trees, so it's got all the composite decking and the vinyl hand railing and all that, so no maintenance except you have to clean it off every once in a while.
Yeah, my backyard, I have one of those, and I tell you, that's something that you got to upkeep too with it. But something that's built like a thing, that thing ain't going nowhere. I mean, the whole house can fill around it, you know. That was a good making of these days, you know, that type of material for the day.
Yeah, I waited 2 years for this contractor. I know him real well. I've known him all my life. Probably the best in the country. He overbuilds, and they dug footers and everything. My home will fall down before that deck will, okay?
Good to see you, Bobby, and thank you for what you're doing, and thank you the guys out, so I don't want to...
Yeah, I'm taking Joe's place. Joe had to have, I don't know if it's emergency surgery or something went on there, so keep Joe in your prayers, okay?
Absolutely. I didn't know that. Definitely, Joe will be in our prayers, you know?
Yeah, I was down in Raleigh, and I looked at my text, and I said, oh, man, Mike wanted me to do tonight, and I said, I might be a little late. I'm 2 hours away, so thereabouts. And I was 15 to 20, maybe 25 minutes late. I had to get settled in here and all that. So, but anyway, here I am, and pulling a double duty, but that's okay. All I care about is the group going, and the first person I'm interested in to see if they are okay is Joe. That's my main interest, making sure he's okay.
No, Roger, we'll be back. That's the way to be, always keeping an eye on the brothers, you know? And prayers, and always
Oh, absolutely. You got that right, my friend. Well, Angel, let me get it over to Stephen and see if he's got anything else for the group before we have to get out of here.
November Yankee for November Charlie. Not really. I just know that basically I did want to get in here and say hello. And hopefully I'll be able to check in tomorrow evening. I did find someone who will take a look at my amplifier, and as soon as I get done with it, I'm going to be pulling the amplifier out and everything that goes with it, so I can get this amplifier in to get it checked out, and hopefully it won't be anything serious, but that's about it. So anyways, God bless everybody. Have a good evening, and looking forward to next time. This is November Yankee 4, November Charlie. Back to you, Bobby.
Yeah, what's the amplifier, by the way?
It's an Ameritron ALS 1300.
Oh, okay. It's a transistor?
Yes, it's solid state. Uses FET. So it's about time to quit, so let me say 7-3. God bless. Back to you. Everyone, full peace.
Okay, got you on that one. All right, everybody have a blessed day tomorrow. Stay on the warm side of the door. Looks like they just said on the weather they didn't see any break in the weather as far as getting warmer anytime soon. That's what he said. I listen more of the weather on my on YouTube than anywhere else. Anyway, it's 22 right now. It feels like 15 degrees out there. So anyway, we're having some of that Michigan weather like Angel has to put up with. But we got maybe some snow, 3 to 5 inches by Friday night, I think. We'll have to see about that one too. You never know. So everybody have a blessed day. Stay on the warm side of the door, and we'll do it all over again. So with that being said, I'm going to do my ritual. Turn the deadbolt, cut out the light, scoop up the big kitty cat, toss that old cat in the bed, and go to sleep, I hope. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. This is KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch. We're clear and good night.
Have a good night. KB4ABJ.
Whiskey 8 of the Delta Juliet, saying good night, my dear friend, and God bless you. And good luck tomorrow to the world.